What's going on, everybody? Kalipas Tech here, coming back at you with another video. This is tips, tricks, and cool features for the Cricket Icon 3. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some different tips and tricks for this phone that you might not know about yet. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I want to show you is how to show and hide the battery percentage right up here on the status bar. As you can see, it's visible now, but I'm going to show you how to hide it. So we're going to go to our settings, go to battery, and toggle this right here off. Now, as you can see, the battery percentage is no longer on the status bar, and if you ever want it back, you can turn it right back on. Now, one interesting thing to note is that if you want to keep your status bar a little bit more clean, but you also want to see the battery percentage, you don't actually have to have it showing 24/7. All you need to do is open your quick menu or notification center, whatever you want to call it, just by pulling down like this, and it's going to be right here. Now, while we're in the battery menu, I'm going to show you another feature called Battery Saver. This is a really useful feature if your phone's dying and you need to prolong the life just a little bit until you can get to a charger. So we're going to go to Battery Saver right here and hit turn on now. So when this mode is on, it's going to do some things like put your phone in dark mode and stuff like that to conserve the battery a little. So it's really useful when your battery is running low. Now, I don't recommend having this on when you don't need it because it does hinder the performance of your phone. It's going to be a lot slower and you're not going to get the full functionality. So definitely only use it when you need it. So when your phone is in the red zone, something like that. And you can also set a schedule, and this isn't really for time per se, but it's actually for battery percentage. So if you go here, you're going to be able to choose the battery percentage that triggers this feature to activate. So for example, I personally would say something like 15%. That way, when the phone reaches 15%, you don't need to think about it. It's automatically going to turn on the battery saver, so it can save the battery life a little bit until you can get to a charger. Now, you can do this a little bit higher or a little bit lower, whatever you're comfortable with. And also keep in mind that by default, if we go back here, you can see that it's going to turn off automatically when you're charging your phone and the battery reaches 90%. This way, you won't need to worry about if you forget to turn it off and then end up wondering why your phone is still acting slow once it's been charged all the way up. Now, I'm going to show you a more convenient way to open your camera. Hitting the camera app is easy enough, but if you're doing something else on your phone and you want to capture something really quickly, this isn't always the most convenient thing to do. So let's say we're on an app or something and you want to open your camera really quickly. All you need to do is double tap your power key and it's going to open the camera right up. The next thing I'm going to show you is a feature called Adaptive Brightness. What this feature does is basically adjust the brightness of your display based on your environment. So if you're in a really bright room, it's going to turn the brightness up to match that so you can easily see the phone. But if you're in a darker room where you don't need it to be as bright, it's going to turn the brightness down so it can save battery and prevent it from bothering your eyes. So I'm going to show you how to do this. We're going to go to our settings, go to display, and adaptive brightness right here. As you can see, I already have it on. So based on the environment the phone is in, it's going to adjust the brightness for that. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a quick way to put your phone in vibrate mode. This feature is enabled by default, but in case for some weird reason it's not enabled on your phone, I'm going to show you how to enable it first. So we're going to go to our settings, go down to system, go to gestures, and make sure prevent ringing is on. So now that you've verified that the feature is actually enabled on your phone, what you're going to want to do is press the power key and the volume up key at the same time. That's going to show this little banner down here. And when that happens, you're going to know your phone is in vibrate mode. In case you really want to know for sure, this little icon is also going to be up here on your status bar. This is a really cool feature, and I really like it for if you're going into a meeting, movie, or something like that where you don't want your phone making a lot of noise. You can just simply tap those buttons real quick, and then you don't have to worry about it. But at the same time, be careful you're using the power key and the volume up key, and not the power key and the volume down key, because this is how you take a screenshot. Definitely don't want to get those two features confused because the buttons, of course, are right next to each other. So if you're not too familiar with the device, it's a pretty easy mistake to make. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to create a screen recording. It's funny, there's some phones that are actually quite a bit more expensive than this that don't have a built-in screen recorder. I don't really know why, but luckily this phone does. So I'm going to show you how to use it. Pretty simple. We're going to go to our quick menu and go to screen record start right here. It's going to give you a few options, like whether or not you want to record audio. By default, it's set to microphone, but you can also record device audio or both. And be sure to toggle this on if you actually want to do it. And same thing with show touches on the screen. Once you're ready to start, go ahead and hit start. There's going to be a little countdown right here. And then once the countdown's over, it's going to start screen recording. And once you want to stop, open your notification center and hit this banner right here. And that's pretty much it. The screen recording is going to be saved to your photos and it'll be all good. The next thing I'm going to show you is a feature called Nightlight. This feature is going to tint your display in an amber color to help filter out some blue light. People usually use this feature at night, which is where the name came from, but you can use it whenever you want. So let's take a look at how to do it. First thing we're going to do is, of course, go to Settings, go to Display, and Nightlight right here. Hit Turn On Now. And now, as you can see, Nightlight is going to be on. It's not too strong now, but you can turn up the intensity. So you can make it really strong or really subtle, basically nothing at all. Now you can also schedule it. So if we go here, the default is turning on from sunset to sunrise, but you can also do a custom time as well. Now you've probably noticed several times throughout this video, I've been using this thing called the quick menu. That's basically when you swipe down twice, and it's going to open this little menu where you have some different commands. Now, one cool thing about this menu is you can actually customize it to only have features that you're going to use. In order to do this, hit this little pencil icon right here, and it's going to give you the option to add, move, or remove different commands. So for example, I'm going to put the battery saver right up here. And that way, I don't even need to go to the battery menu. All you need to do to turn on battery saver is simply tap on the icon. And I think that's really cool because it makes certain activities a lot more convenient. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to end calls with the power button. By default, the phone doesn't do this, but if you want to be able to use the power button to end a call, all you need to do is go to Settings, go to Accessibility, go down to Interaction Controls, and toggle on Power Button Ends Call. With this on, all you need to do to end a call is press the power button. The last thing I'm going to show you is a feature called Screen Time. Like the name suggests, this feature basically just tells you how much time you're spending on your phone. It also breaks it down into different apps and stuff like that, and it really helps with time management. So to get to this feature, you're going to go to Settings, Apps and Notifications, and Screen Time right here. As you can see here, this not only tells you the total screen time, but also how much time you spend on each app. In case you want to limit yourself a little, you can also set timers, which can be pretty cool. But those were my tips, tricks, and cool features for the Cricket Icon 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found these tips and tricks useful as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next video.